steerable rocket launcher is our best bet for taking down a gunship.
Rocket launcher?
I'll be right with you. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Using the laser guide, you can steer your rocket past the gunship's defenses and prevent it from shooting down your rocket. This will only anger it at first, but if you can survive long enough to make several direct hits, you'll be rewarded with a prize worthy of any mantelpiece. Now, who's going to be the lucky one to carry it into combat? Ah, yes, Gordon Freeman.
Me?
Ask for a final volunteer.
Hell yeah! Colonel Cubbage, I presume? Yeah, he's actually a unique, character model in this game. Very cool. Give me that thing.
Odessa Cubbage at your service.
That's you, huh? Oh!
There. Let me just send a warning to Lighthouse Point, and then I'll come right up and lend a hand.
Alright!
Teach that gunship a lesson it will never forget.
I will get on that, my good man.
Use the launcher's laser guide to steer your rocket past the gunship's defenses.
Yeah, they really sell you on this, mechanic, to teach you that you can't just shoot the gunships down head-on. So this is like that Apache fight in Half-Life 1, but the gunships are a bigger problem. Here we go! It's these horrifying bug monsters. Yes, they actually have the ability to shoot down the rockets. So I guess I can demonstrate. If you just fire it dead on, yeah, rocket's done for. Shot it down, so it goes. But, let's check. There's some rockets, thank you. Also, I'm pretty sure the soldiers, yeah, will hand you some ammo, because, take some ammo. So they'll actually give you some extra ammo, so. Let's try to keep those soldiers alive, yeah? Also, there's a medic. They will heal you up. There we go. Another little tag. Ooh, these guys are not easy, actually. Okay, but do those 5 rockets, and they are done. Woo! Ooh. Hey, I got an Chivo for that. Yay. Man, rocket launchers already? Oh, look at this cool, tired...
Noble prospect, Dr. Freeman.
Tired, animation on these guys. That's a fun detail.
Get going, Dr. Freeman. We know Eli Vance is depending on you.
I could use some health, though. Oh no, is that the person we talked to a minute before we came in? Oh, she got shot down. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these guys can die, if you're not careful, because that gunship is lethal. But, oh, I didn't want them to die. That's sad. Yeah, they're really giving us all the weapons. Although, again, that again goes with my theory of, this game is really, really fast-paced. So we got the freaking rocket launcher already. Let's go talk to Cubbage before we pack our bags, yeah? Probably the smart thing to do. Cubbage? Everything good?
That's that. I gather you've disposed of that gunship, Dr. Freeman. Your reputation, sir, is well deserved.
Yeah, but we lost
I shall
one.
have someone open the gate for you immediately, so that you can drive on. I understand that Dr. Vance is in great need.
Oh yeah, that's the whole reason we're going,
Use
too.
extreme caution when approaching the bridge. Radio silence from that outpost leads me to believe it has come under Combine control. Still, you're clearly the right man for the
Oh
job.
yeah, I just now remembered the bridge sequence.
And please tell Dr. Vance that Colonel Cubbage regrets not having been able to rescue him in person.
I will be sure to do that, my good man. Oh man, this is the only scene that Cubbage is in, I think?
Is held in distress most dire.
I think this is the only sequence where Cubbage shows up. I might be lying again. I really don't remember everybody who shows up in the finale, the final sequence. He might still pop in, but boy is he lovable, just for the minutes you get to hang out with him there. Very funny. I don't know, maybe you can use these explosive barrels on the gunship? Once again, it's a bad idea, because it's shooting right at you, so if you're trying to, carry it, you'll probably blow up. So, yeah, maybe not a good idea. Maybe, probably just... What's up? What are we doing? Oh, a charge up! Thanks, man! I needed that. Very handy. Thank you, sir. Can you please... I don't want to run you over, sir. Okay, thank you. Whew. I was kind of hoping that lady would heal us up too, but, I mean, there was a million health points here. help out with the gunship fight. Yeah, so this is you could not progress without doing this fight, as you can see. Here we go. Ooh. Yeah, I forgot to comment on that. Very lucky that freaking Eli was taken alive. That could have ended badly with that raid happening in Black Mesa East. So, freaking Mossman and Vance alive? That's very fortunate. Leaders of the Resistance, so let's see if we can bust them out on Nova Prospect. Which, that one might be the worst level in the game. Or at least, it might be the toughest level in the game. We'll see how it goes. Maybe years later I'll have an easier time with it. There's that bridge. Ominous. I've lost track a little bit after our adventure, so I'm not sure where we are in the world. Should have looked at the bridge back at Cubbage's pad. But it's too late for that. This guy did not park very well. Also, this is solid rock. An early little lesson on a mechanic where you can stand here and not upset the antlions. But if you walk here, things get a little bit dicey. Oh, that's also why the antlions are in this level, by the way. Of course, it's like because they want you to have to use the car. So, like walking on foot across all this sand where antlions will spawn from the slightest tremor, like a monster from Dune. Obviously, you would rather have the car so you can make fast speed to get away from these creepy crawlies. Ah, jeez. Okay, let's not get too in the water here. That's not good. Oh, yeah. Wow, their AI prioritizing those antlions is real good, huh? Pretty sure the maniac on a car with a freaking laser cannon is a bigger threat, but what do I know? You know, one of the things, of course, I remember fondly about Half-Life 2 back from the day, and, you know, maybe still today. I don't know what the scene is like. Half-Life 2 was considered the most moddable game back in the day. Like, because the toolkit was, like, really released by Valve, so everyone was making different kinds of mods. The mod culture was so good for Half-Life 2. And I remember one of the most popular mods was the Antlion Defense mod, which was very much based on Starship Troopers. And very reminiscent of, like, those kinds of games nowadays, like Helldivers and all those where you're, like, fighting against waves of enemies. I wonder if that's still popular at all, but... yeah, you would play Combine Troopers who would have to, like, fight off waves and waves of antlions coming at you. I remember that, like, the mod at least had, like, straight up the Klendathu drop music playing from Starship Troopers to really sell you on what you were playing. But, yeah, this is just giving me vibes of these Combine guys fighting these antlions here. Trying to remember what other mods there were that were, like, really fun, because I tried a lot of them. Oh no! That'll take care of it. The Hidden was incredible. That I really, if any of these mods are still being played nowadays, I really hope. I really hope someone can tell me. I would love to know that these are still being played by people. The Hidden was incredible. It was you know, it was like these asymmetrical monster, like, PvP games that are fairly popular nowadays. The gimmick being that one player was a permanently invisible guy with some pretty good, like, you know, agility, but only armed with a knife and some pipe bombs. And he had to, like, fight against a team of guys, you know, armed with, like, shotguns and machine guns and stuff. You know, and again, this guy was, like, basically, you know, like Predator invisible, like Predator cloaking. Like, you could sort of kind of see his shape, but you had to pay, like, really close attention to be able to tell. you know, when the hidden was coming at you and you were trying to hunt him down. And of course the levels were designed to like make it not super obvious, you know, where the hidden was, including, I love that they put in like a bunch of effects of like, ooh, that was a great ragdoll. They put in a lot of effects of like, oh, what is it, like, my brain is frying here. They put like a vent with like hot air coming out of it, which would create that wavy distortion air effect, which looks like, you know, kind of like the cloaking of the hidden. So it was really clever. And there's another one that I completely forgot is a mechanic, but right. We are super doing a little crane game with the magnet. Alright, let's rock it. Because I think we actually want to do this before we get on with it. What the? Ooh, that's not good. Let's see if we can help those fellas out. Oh no, oh god. Give these guys a hand. Doink. Kasplat. Come on now, that's hilarious. I love that they give you this. I wanted to use the beam there, but like looks like I couldn't quite do it. Kill 3 enemies doing the crane. Fantastic. Okay, one more thing we gotta do. See if we could get this bridge. Ooh, that looked awkward, but it worked. Open up the bridge for us. Very good. Let's just drop it there. Now, where the heck did I leave my car? That's what I was going to pick up here, is the buggy. There you are. Ooh, that's swinging around. Hold on, let's let that thing slow down a little bit. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. And another great mod. I don't remember the name of it anymore, so someone's going to have to remind me what the other great mod was, but it was a American Civil War era PvP shooter. Now you can imagine how hilarious that was, because like, if you remember what kind of guns were back then, muzzle-loaded, you know, were they flintlock or other? I'm not sure. But anyway, the point is, like, guns which don't really fire much in the way of, you know, rapid fire, you know? You could only get the one shot off, and then it would take ages to load the gun. But thankfully, all the guns had bayonets. So it was a very different vibe for a shooter game. You know, I remember Battlefield 1 got criticized for having a bunch of automatic weapons in a World War I game when, you know, automatic weapons still weren't that much of a thing outside of machine guns. I mean, I do believe all the guns featured in it were, you know, real guns from World War I, like experimental guns from World War I, but still, like, they were not that proliferated. So, like, this game I'm thinking of really did not choose that cowardly route by having experimental automatic fire guns, which really did not exist in the late 1700s. Oh god. Oh, that's my car you're messing up, dude. Oh, there you are. Made you come out. Lol. Meep meep. So yeah, it was very intense, like, because you take a few shots. Obviously, if you got a shot off, you were almost guaranteed to kill a guy. But then it was like a real, like, a measurement of, like, do you have the time and cover to load your gun for another shot, or should you just wade into melee with bayonets? So it was fascinating. It was really interesting. And the final one I think it was called Synergy. That was a single-player mod, and it was basically just a dream mod of what if you could play Metal Gear characters in Half-Life 2. So you could play a Solid Snake, Liquid Snake, Naked Snake, or the Ninja in Half-Life 2, which they weren't perfect approximations of these Metal Gear Solid characters for sure. In particular, Liquid Snake was just an excuse to have like a bunch of like machine guns and other crazy automatic weapons. Not something he's particularly known for. Except I guess he's got that one gun during the chase at the very end. By the way, we are somewhere hereabouts now, I think, because we are now at the bridge. So now I got an idea of where we're going. Or maybe here? No, because I saw the bridge, right? I don't know. We're not over the bridge yet. Open that, please. Yeah, but it was really fun because okay, so the Metal Gear Solid simulation, maybe not exactly perfect, but it really was just like the real goal was to like play through Half-Life 2 with a bunch of like custom new weapons and abilities and fun stuff to like really change up the gameplay. That was a really good mod. That was a really special time in gaming, now that I think about it. Like, the mod culture was so accessible and so creative at that time. I haven't been to ModDB in ages. I know, of course, Bethesda's games are always... The mod culture kind of moved to Bethesda games, because those are also very, very moddable, and some people would say the mods are unnecessary for those games to be in a playable state. But, apart from those, I don't know how rich the mod culture is in any particular genre. I really, really, really hope that Half-Life 2 still sees mod support, because it's so delightfully moddable. Wonder if we could just ram through here. I wonder if that's what we're, like, setting up for here. I don't see any, like, switch to open that up, so... Let's give it a go. I'm gonna punch it! Yeah! Okay, a little awkward because I hit that board there. Plywood there, so kind of ruined the fun, but I'm gonna say that it's still pretty cool. Let's carry on. Hoo-ha. Yeah, I'm getting super nostalgic. I really spent a ton of time in my teenage years playing this game. Oh God Almighty! Oh, here's the bridge. Looks like we have to jump! Oh my God! Really? I'm pretty sure that... Oh! I'm pretty sure we could have still, like, driven back around to the thing, right? Like, the crane was still usable too, right? I don't know why the heck that happened. Anyway, I don't actually remember. Can you kill the gunships? Whoa! Can you actually... That was awesome, driving on top of that gunship. That was hilarious. Yeah, but I don't see any, like rockets being provided us, so can you kill the gunship with the Tau cannon? I really don't remember. Time to find out, right? Alright, now, straight line. Got it! Woohoo! Let's just spray for now. Oh, here's some missiles. Okay, never mind. Gotcha! Whoop! Tagged ya. Oh, yeah! Uh-oh. I'm out of missiles. What's the plan next, guys? There's one more here. A couple more here. Perfect. Just what we need. Should be enough. One more. Going wide, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. Like, maybe you could have taken that guy out with the Tau cannon? Maybe? I don't know. Anyway, ooh, I see what the problem here is, right? Could not have kept the chase going because a whole lot of blockage here. Wow, I remember that bridge being a giant, like, level where you had to sneak around in the undersides. Oh, here would have been a rocket crate. Okay. My bad. Maybe that still comes up, like there's another even bigger bridge, maybe, at some point? Because I suddenly had, like, this flashback of, like, crawling on the underside of a bridge. But for now, apparently that bridge has been cleared. Yeah, now that I'm feeling nostalgic, maybe I'll admit to this. This was very silly that I did back in the day, but there was actually a bunch of role-playing servers for Half-Life 2, the Half-Life 2 deathmatch. I spent a lot of time there, actually, back in the day. You know, it was a weird time, I have to say. It was interesting vibes. I mean, I think people can understand nowadays, right? Because, like, you know, roleplay on like Grand Theft Auto is super popular. Like I'm sure like people who like are into the Grand GTA RP scene totally understand the allure of like a game not meant for role-playing to like play a roleplay. But yeah, those were some interesting roleplays because it was like, you know, you were playing like normal people living in the cities. So some people would play the like Combine guys, and some people would play like, you know, humans, whether regular civilians or secret rebels. You know, it was interesting, but it was also really weird time. There were so many. Oh man, I shouldn't, because I'm like, this is like old man moment here. Also, I was already using the name Minsk back then, so I imagine someone might be watching this video from those days, so shout out to you if you were back in that scene and you played with me. And I do also apologize. I was a pretty self-righteous guy back then too, like I was definitely an instigator for a lot of drama back then. Oh man, it's so, like, I remember that also fondly, but I also remember there was a lot of drama back then. There were lots of trolls who kept bothering, but there was also a lot of interpersonal conflict that was really petty and ridiculous now that I look back in the day, and I don't really want to dwell on that too much. You know, it's so silly thinking back in the day. I mean, I suppose we were all teenagers, basically. Well, some people claimed they were, like, adults, and maybe they really were, who knows. But some people probably were really, like, more grown up, but let's say a lot of people definitely acted like teenagers there, so it led to a lot of petty squabbles and drama in the middle of the roleplay that was very, very, very kind of embarrassing nowadays to think. And I really, I wanted to be like the good guy back in the day, but I definitely wasn't above it all. Like, I definitely was a, you know, a pretty self-righteous guy back in the day, so I did not help in a lot of these situations. Uh-oh. Hey, you're like the dog's toy ball, aren't you? Cute. Oh, God, it's stuck on my thingy. On my buggy. Get off, shoot. Right, so this is the introduction to these stupid balls. They're basically like balls meant to mess up your buggy, because they will get stuck to it and then like make these pops, whoop, which like send you and the buggy flying, kind of like the zap from the gravity gun. So you kind of want to avoid them, you know. Nice little introduction here to this mechanic. Yeah, but, you know, I guess if I'm doing this, like, confessional booth here, like, because, like, one of the things was, you know, I believed back in that day that you could, like, it was worth, like, you could win arguments online, and you could, like, win arguments with trolls online, which nowadays I really don't think is a fruitful use of time, nor is it very possible. So I definitely, like, but back then I really would, really try to, like, you know, win arguments, and it didn't really help. But there was also, I was not the only instigator, I will say that, though. So there was a lot of, like, really silly conflicts over pointless interpersonal stuff. Oh, no. Oh, this is a problem. Hold on. Okay. Okay, I thought I'd, like, turbo to try and escape this. Alright, that's game over. Wow, we got in 3 game overs just in this buggy level because I've destroyed the buggy. Those first 2, I think you gotta say, those aren't my fault, because those first 2 buggy losses were at a spot where really you could have recovered if you just, like, flipped the car over and kept driving from underneath. This one was a screw-up from me, for sure, and, looks like I couldn't keep my promise of, like, not losing the buggy. Great. No, but we also had good times in those RP servers, so if there is anybody who remembers those times fondly at least, like, yeah, I'm really glad if you are popped in back here. I do not have time these days to, like, randomly roleplay in a game that isn't meant for roleplaying, so I could never get back into that scene anymore. Nor could I, like, get back into the, or I could ever try, like, GTA roleplay or anything. I've certainly had a good time watching some, like, streams or stream compilations, but, like, I could never do that myself these days. I just don't have time nor patience to put into that, so... Not my scene anymore, but... I'm fully aware that some people are watching this, and, like, that's the most embarrassing thing I've heard him admit to yet. Playing a, you know, putting time into, like, playing pretend in a game like this. Whatever. You can roleplay over anything, I suppose, so, and, you know, and I really do think, I know GTA RP is a really popular scene nowadays, so... I really do think, like, there's going to be a lot of people who are also like, oh yeah, that totally makes sense. I mean, especially with a game as moddable as Half-Life, eventually, like, there would be a bunch of roleplay mods as well. At that point, I was kind of out of the scene, so I never played the roleplay mods. I liked the Resistance versus Combine vibes of just RPing, just using the deathmatch server to, like, do your best to roleplay. You know, I just kind of like that scene, so... Yeah. I think that was also a reason, like, secretly, that was kind of a reason for a lot of the conflict, outside of just, you know, petty internet squabbles in general, plus trolls bothering. I think there was a divide since the story was set up between Combine versus Rebels. I think there were people who, like, identified with the Rebels more, and then there were people who... There were people who were maybe a little maladjusted, who really liked the RP of being, like, these fascistic alien invader Combine guys, and that kind of led to a little bit of, like, unevenness as well. I don't know. I kind of make it sound like everybody was an asshole. It's not true. We definitely had fun also a lot of times, but I also remember a whole bunch of, like, dumb fights that also kind of makes me not want to get into that scene anymore. Yeah. Man, this is making all sorts of weird feelings, Half-Life putting back into this game. Like, it really, oh my god! Really, I can't overstate that I spent a shit ton of time with this game. With the RPs and the mods and just, like, replaying the regular game. Like, hell yeah, crazy ragdoll mechanics. I love it. There we go. Yeah, I just, like, this was such a huge part of my life for what felt like an eternity. That's the funny thing. Like, I left the RP servers in, like, 2008, maybe. I think I tagged out of that scene. And that was only like 4 years after Half-Life released. Less than 4 years, because I'm sure it wasn't November of 2008. So I only spent, like, let's say 3 years of my life doing this. But, like, it's crazy. It feels like Half-Life 2 just was something I ate, slept, and breathed for, like, a significant part of my life. It's so weird how time kind of, like, comes together like that. Okay, I need to stop. Like, the old man nostalgia hours are so embarrassing in a way. My old man confessional rules, but it's what happens when I play a game I haven't played in close to 20 years, and it's making me remember weird things. You know, driving this road is so nostalgic. Although there's a bunch of sequences I don't remember. All these, like, individual tiny buildings. I suppose that's because there's not a lot of substance to them. It's fun to explore those buildings, but there's not, you know, particularly anything crazy going on in them. But I enjoy this still. This drive around this coast is surprisingly leisurely for all these fights we're having to do. Oh, another bridge, but this one also does not look as humongous as I remember the bridge I'm thinking of being. Oh shit, another new weapon. It's the crossbow from Half-Life 1, which has been made completely insane compared to Half-Life 1. Got him! So check this thing. If you look carefully, it's got a weird glowing arrow. That's not even an arrow. That is a piece of rebar that the electronics in this makeshift crossbow is superheating to be red hot. So this is firing red hot pieces of rebar to, like, spear through the enemies. Now, in a game where all the, like, weird sci-fi stuff, I would say, is very clearly ordained as insane science, you know? You know, all the, like, weird biomechanic robots of the Combine, or this gravity gun, which is using magic physics and a bunch of Star Trek tech babble to make it possible. The crossbow seems insane. Because it looks super, like, slapdash built at home. It does not look like super science. But the physics of a crossbow that fires superheated rebar that spears enemies is completely nuts, right? Like, that doesn't make any bloody sense. Okay, what the heck is this now? Some kind of solid light obstacle. We can't get through it until we do something about it. Okay, that's fine. This is why this weapon's awesome. The new physics mechanics. Oh yeah, I actually got an achievement for pinning a soldier to the billboard in Highway 17. Wow, I love that that's an achievo. Yeah, new physics mechanics means that enemies get freaking stuck to walls when you shoot them with the rebar, so this is a super fun weapon. I just now looked at the clock. I was having such a good time doing this level and reminiscing about my old Half-Life 2 days. I didn't realize I actually, like, got done recording the episode. I was so engrossed in this level. I literally could have just kept on driving and yapping and, like, doing this level, and we would have gone super overtime. But I'm gonna call it here. So next time we're gonna clear this roadblock, figure out a way to close this hard light barrier here, because I've got a funny feeling we still need this buggy, so we're not gonna be hoofing it without it. But this has been a great level. I'm curious to see what people think about my old man reminiscing. I think it got extra weird old guy nostalgia goggles reminiscing here today. But, it's been great, and the game, I think, is only going to get better from here. Actually, no, that's not true, because, again, Nova Prospect is a pretty tough level, so that might be a bit of a dip once we get there. Just going to warn you folks beforehand. Maybe not. Maybe I'll be pleasantly surprised. But this game's really entering its, like, really awesome act, regardless of that part. So look forward to our crazy road trip continuing onwards next time, as soon as we get this wall lowered. See you then, folks. Bye-bye!